Hello crafties, welcome to another video. My name is Infiniti and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make the bobble stitch in crochet. So you're going to need your crochet hook and your needles. It's relatively easy actually. I'm going to put this in the beginning tutorials, I suppose. Super easy to follow and it builds up really fast. So we're going to start off with a slip knot. And you want to chain in odd numbers and then add 1 for turning. So I'm going to chain 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Then 1 for turning. Now that I have my my foundation chain, I am going to yarn over and work in that second chain from my hook, and I'm going to work a foundation row of single crochets. So this pattern is a 2-row repeat, and whenever you're working your bobbles, you will always be working on the back because they will protrude in the opposite direction from which you are working. Okay, once you have your foundation row of single crochets, what you're going to do is chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and turn your work. So for this stitch, we are going to be working into the base of this chain 3, and it does count as a stitch. You're going to yarn over and we're going to be crocheting 5 double crochets together. It's not a decrease, but it's a stitch. So you're going to insert your hook. Let's zoom in a little bit. You're going to yarn over, insert your hook into the base of that chain 3, yarn over, pull up a loop, and you should have 3 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through 2. And we're not going to complete this double crochet. We're going to yarn over, go back into the base of that chain 3, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Now we have 2 double crochets that are incomplete in this chain of 3, which does count as a stitch. So you're going to yarn over again, insert, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and again, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2. So you should have 5 loops on your hook at this point, and you're just going to yarn over and pull through all 5 loops on your hook, and that creates our first bobble. And as you can see, it's kind of puffing out from the opposite side of which we're working. But this is no problem. So what we're going to do now, what we're going to do now is single crochet into that next stitch. Just like that. And that completes and secures our first bobble stitch. Now what we're going to do is crochet another 5 double crochet together in the next stitch. So yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, then yarn over, insert your hook in that same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, then you're going to yarn over, insert your hook into that same stitch, yarn over, pull through 2. We have 4 stitches on our hook, and so the first bobble of our row is always going to be a little different than the others, because that first one we always finish off with 5 loops on our hook, but for each bobble onward you're going to have 6 loops on your hook, so that's a good way to keep count with your stitches. And we're going to yarn over, insert our hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. We have 5 stitches on our hook, we have 4 incomplete double crochet. We're going to yarn over one more time, insert our hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Now we're going to yarn over and pull through all 6 loops on our hook. And we are going to single crochet into that very next stitch. So if you turn it around, you can see your stitch should look like this. If not, consider rewinding and trying this over again. I'm going to continue working this all the way across until I reach the end, and I'll show you how to move on to the 3rd row or the 2nd row of our 2-row repeat. Alright, and as you're coming up on your last stitch of the row, you should be ending on a bobble stitch, and that's totally correct. You'll also notice that your project is starting to spiral. It's gonna do that until you work more rows of the pattern. So I'm gonna go ahead and work that last bobble right in there. Alright, and I'm going to close it off as normal. Now you'll notice that we don't have an actual stitch to go into and secure this last bobble down, but what you do instead is just chain 1 and you turn your work. So people work their 2nd row of repeat differently. Since doing this stitch, I prefer to go into that same, in the base of that chain 1 and just making a single crochet and starting it off there, because it makes transition easier later. Sorry guys, I can't talk. So what I'm going to do now is kind of flip up my work and show you guys these stitches back here. So you'll notice that we have like these elongated V stitches, and then you have the short ones that you got from working your single crochets, and they alternate, and we're going to be working into those this row. So reinserting my hook, I am going to insert my hook into that long V, careful not to snag my stitches, and I'm going to work a single crochet. Then I'm going to go into that little stubby stitch. That's why it's important to watch your tension. And I'm going to make a single crochet in that stitch. And then I'm going to work into that long V. And then the little short V. So this is your pattern for this entire 2nd row. Now I'll meet you guys back when I reach the end. Yank that out. Okay, so let's go 3, 2, 1. Okay, so I have reached the end of my row, and now I'm going to insert my hook in the top of this chain 3 from the previous row. I'm just going to make a single crochet. So now we have our first row of bobbles completed, plus our 2nd row of repeat. So now we're going to chain 3, 2, 3, and we're going to turn our work. And now I'm going to yarn over and work in the base of that chain 3, and I'm going to do 5 double crochet together. Now as I said, this first bobble stitch, you'll always have 5 loops on your hook as opposed to 6. So we're going to work those. 2, 3, and 4. And there we go. We're going to yarn over and pull through all 6 loops on our hook. We're going to work into the next stitch a single crochet. Great. Now we're going to work 5 double crochet together in the next post. I'm sorry, in the next stitch. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 'You should have 6 loops on your hook, like I do now. We're going to yarn over, pull through all 6, and we're going to single crochet in that next stitch along. And there we go. So turning this around, we have a neat row of bobbles and a second row beginning, and I'm going to continue to work this stitch all the way across until I reach the end. You can pause the video and work your project as long as you'd like, but because this is a swatch, this second row or round of bobbles is likely going to be my last. Alright, and so I have reached the end of this row, and again I am ending on a bobble stitch. So I'm just going to go ahead and insert my hook into the top of that single crochet from the previous row. And so my rationale behind putting that single crochet there is to make it easier to work into, because I've done it with ones that just simply turn and start single crocheting from that last row, and it was not easy to do. So, you know, mind your tension, but I find that to be easier. I'm just gonna work this poor hook. So let me know down in the comments below. I'm considering doing a series of different notion reviews, I guess, from crochet hooks to stitch markers to you name it when it comes to crochet or knitting. Let me know if you'd like to see that. I think it'd be interesting, especially for those of us, or those of you rather, who are just starting out with crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, one more. I'm working through there. Such a weird thing, it's frizzy. The yarn I'm using plies. Alright, and now that I have all 6 loops finally on my hook, I'm going to yarn over and pull through all 6. I'm going to chain 1 and turn my work. I'm going to work a single crochet into the base of that chain 1, if it cooperates. And I'm now going to continue working in those elongated V's and those short V's on the back of my work all the way across. Single crochet. Alright, and I'm working into that top of that chain 3 from the previous row. And I'm going to fasten off. So, from what I've noticed, I feel like if you make a longer project, like wider, then you won't have so much curling either by the time you get to the second row, but definitely by the 3rd row you should have a, or maybe 4th row, solid work of, or solid swatch, solid piece that won't curl up on you. So technically we have 2, 4, 6, 7 rows here. Let me zoom out. We have in this one 7 rows. This one we have 2, 4, 5 rows because we're counting those single crochet stitches. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If so, go ahead, leave me a thumbs up, comment down below. Like I said, I kind of want to do some Notion reviews, but let me know if you guys are interested in that or not. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the little notification bell so you never miss out on weekly content. Check out my other social media. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, etc. And until next time, guys, happy making.